And it should pour out. Chase. Yeah, I screwed up.
Ooh, that's definitely some metal shavings.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be doing an oil change on the Z06. Got about 2,000 miles on the car right now, about 500 miles past what I really wanted to do the oil change at. The break-in period is about 1,500 miles for both the engine and the transmission. But no worries, we got plenty of oil, got the oil filter ready to go. But first, let's grab a snack, because this video has been sponsored by Country Meats. For over 4 decades, Country Meats has been the ultimate partner in making fundraiser dreams a reality. Every group, every dream, from little league teams to local schools, scouting troops to sport enthusiasts, they've partnered with a diverse range of groups. Fueling dreams is their specialty, and their snack sticks are the secret ingredient to success. Ready to start your fundraiser today? Country Meats has given me a promo code to give to you guys. Use RWDC8Z in the promo section and receive 10% off your order.
Huge shout out to Country Meats for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna be trying a few of these flavors out while we do the oil change. The Z06 oil change is a little different than the C8 Stingray. It looks like they went to a cartridge style filter. I think we had a metal filter in the Stingray. To get the filter off, you're actually gonna need a 32mm socket. And then on the Z06, there's actually 2 drain plugs. One we're gonna need a 15mm socket for, and one we're gonna need a 3/8" drive. First thing we're gonna do is get the Z06 in the air. Make sure you guys are using wheel chocks. A lot of you guys ask where I put my jack stands. Right in front of where the jacking point is. I'd say it's right behind the driver and passenger seat. It's a little opening, you can see the frame. I usually put my jack stand there on each side, and then I just keep it supported with the jack. We're not gonna be using all this oil, we just need 7.5 quarts, but that does mean you're gonna need an empty oil pan. Let's start with the drain plug. We're gonna need to get pretty far down here. This first one looks like our oil filter. A little further down, oh, it's getting a little tighter. Looks like in here we got our oil drain plug. Little righty tighty lefty loosey. Okay, make sure your cap is off of the oil pan. Definitely done that before, left this on and had a flood of oil. Engine's nice and cool, so this shouldn't hurt at all. Oil doesn't look too bad. It's only got about 2,000 miles on her. GM gives you a free oil change at 7,500 miles. I usually do a break-in oil change right after the break-in period, about 500 miles or 1,500 miles. You don't have to do this 2,000 mile oil change, as some people do. Again, GM does do the free oil change and transmission filter change for you at 7,500 miles. We will definitely be taking advantage of that as well. Just wanted to go ahead and get any metal shavings, anything that might be in there. While the oil is changing, let's try a flavor out. We got sweet maple bacon. I've tried a couple of these. I've tried the pickle one. You need to love dill pickle in order to eat that. Not my favorite, but let's try this one. I haven't tried this one yet. Sweet maple bacon. I like the protective covering. When you're working on the car, you don't got to worry about getting oil on your hands. Tastes like you're eating bacon. Sweet maple bacon. Tastes exactly like it. So each stick has 9 grams of protein, has less than 4 grams of carbs. They come in 12 or more flavors. Good little snack. Keep you going when working on the car. All right, looks like the oil is done draining. It doesn't feel like there's anything in this. Let me go ahead and loosen the oil cap and see if we get any more oil out. Nope. All right, looks like the rest is in the reservoir or the filter. Let's go ahead and clean off the bolt. Got a gasket for the oil filter, but no new gasket for the bolt. Well, I like how they give you the second option to use a Torx bit. All right, let's take a rag to this. Clean up all the excess oil. Get our drain plug back in. A little righty tighty lefty loosey. Clean her up one more time. Make sure we got no oil residue left over so we can see if it's leaking later or not. All right, she looks clean. On to the next one. So right next to the drain plug, there's the drain for the reservoir. I'm actually gonna try to tackle this from the passenger side. Looks like you're just gonna put your 3/8" drive socket in there. Do a 1/4 turn lefty loosey, and it should pour out. Chase. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Holy cow. Yep, I screwed up. Well, guys, all the oil comes out of the dry sump. Here's the plug for the dry sump. Jace, all the oil is in the dry sump. Well, that's why you keep a bunch of shop rags around, right? All right, we got that cleaned up pretty good. Let's still let that drain for a little bit. We still have to drain the filter, so we're not done yet. Let's try another flavor. Let's go with Sweet Fire. I'm guessing it's gonna be sweet and spicy. Oh yeah, it's kicking in. Got a little sweet with a little spicy. Guys, these things are pretty good. You can try them for yourself. Country Meats is actually gonna give one of you guys a 24 pack of these. All you have to do is make sure you subscribe and comment Country Meats down below, and I'll pick one of you guys in the next video to win the 24 pack. All right, let's get this thing cleaned up. Okay, got the plug in there. 1/4 turn, it's plastic, so be careful. Feels like it just locks in at the very end there. All right, drain plug's done, reservoir's done. Let's go get the filter. Oh, there's oil in here now. Not much, because the other part's all in this cardboard box. All right, to remove the filter, you're gonna need a 32mm socket. Gonna slide that over the cap. Let's not have another mishap like earlier. Hopefully, since we've already drained the motor and the reservoir, it won't be too much to come out of the cap. All right, we got it pretty loose. Let's see if we can do the rest by hand. Yes, you can. And looks like it's gonna leak a little. Let that drain. Doesn't leak very much. After you get to a certain point, it won't unscrew anymore. You have to pull it out. Whoa. And oil comes out with it. Not as bad as the reservoir, and it's draining this time. All right, I'm just gonna pull this out the rest of the way. Let the cap pour out into the oil pan along with the filter. Doesn't look like it's draining anymore, so I'm gonna pull this all out. All right, let's go ahead and pull the old filter off. Clipped on. Yeah, so you can there we go. Filter is out. Drain the rest of that oil out.
Ooh, you see some particles in there. Ooh, that's definitely some metal shavings. You guys see that? Whoa. Oh, there's a bunch. Dang, I see some copper in there. Hopefully that's just break-in material and that's not. Hopefully I'm not losing a bearing or something. There's definitely some copper pieces in there. Let's check out this filter here. I mean, I guess it would be hard to tell, but definitely see a bunch of metal flake in there. Oh, that is not. That's. I don't know if I should be worried about that, guys. Someone tell me in the comments below if I should be worried about all of that metal flake. Holy cow. Well, let's go ahead and clean out the cap.
So this is the seal that we're gonna replace. Just take a screwdriver, pop the old one off, clean up the threads, especially since we have metal shavings all in our motor. Jeez, man. Hopefully that's just break-in material, which is exactly why we do these oil changes, so we don't have all that stuff floating around in there. All right, let's go and throw our new seal on there. New seal is on. Grab our filter. You're gonna want to push this side into the cap. Should pop into place. So the filters we normally use, I'd prime the filter, but this cartridge filter we can't really prime. Looks like we just need to slide it up and then tighten her on. Use the 32 mil. Doesn't look like it takes very much. It's plastic, so you don't want to strip it. Wipe up all this oil so we can see if we're losing any more. Not that we can tell there or not. All right, we should be done with being underneath the car. Jeez, I still can't believe I have metal shavings. That's the most metal shavings I've ever seen in an oil change. That scares me a little. 7.5 quarts of 5W50 Mobil 1 Supercar oil should do the trick. This stuff is Dexos GM approved. I still don't have a funnel, but we're gonna try a trick today. First one we're gonna have to freehand, but the second one, we've got a trick. Oh, like a pro, baby. So the trick here is when you have an empty one, screw the cap back on for a quick second. I'm gonna take a little knife or razor, cut her up here, and make a funnel. Bam! Now we can open her back up, let the rest drain in there, and now we've got a funnel. Go. Makes that a lot easier. Put that in there, let that drain. All right, guys, we got about 7.5 quarts in there. Cap back on. We're gonna go ahead and warm her up. So before we can check the oil level, we need to go ahead and warm the car up, get it up to operating temp about 170 degrees, and then we can check the oil level and then add if needed. Here we go. Let's see if we have oil pressure here. We need to get the oil temperature up to about 170 degrees and then we'll check it. Let's see if we got any leaks. I do not see any leaks. Now that we have it up to operating temp, let's go ahead and pull our dipstick. Wow, it's gonna go all the way up to there. It's usually down here. That's the highest I've ever seen a dipstick. Well, guys, that's the oil change on the C8 Z06. Big thank you to Country Meats for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to get some for yourself, use promo code RWDC8Z to get 10% off your order. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all in the next video. Later.